Okay, good morning, everybody. I hope you guys had a good long weekend. We are going to start with our morning meeting. Before we do that, this is the last week of school. So we have school for the next 4 days, and Friday is the last day of school before our summer break. So let's get started with our morning meeting. We're going to do our greeting, share, activity message, and calendar, just like we always do. And we're going to start this morning with our greeting, and our greeting will be our name card greeting. We have a lot of friends who joined us for morning meeting this morning, which is great. Oh, and here's one more friend. So we have a lot of friends to greet. I am super proud of everyone for coming to morning meeting. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to hold up a card and I want you to greet your friends as I hold it up. Ready? Let me unmute you so you can greet along with us. Here we go. Good morning, Paola.
Good morning, Paola.
Good morning, Takaya.
Good morning, Takaya.
Good morning, Diego.
Diego.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning, Hugh.
Good morning,
Good
Stephen.
morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Eileen.
Morning, Eileen.
Good morning,
morning.
Monday.
I can't see myself.
Good morning, Lena. Good morning, Elliot. Good morning, Katerine. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Michael.
Okay. I'm going to mute
If I raise
everybody.
my hand, she has to see my hand.
We are done with our morning, or with our greeting. Repeat after me, 1, 2, 3, check. And now it is time for our share. So we were out of school for 3 days. We had no school Saturday, no school Sunday because it was a weekend, and then no school yesterday on Monday because it was a holiday called Memorial Day. So you had 3 days of no school. There were some nice warm days and some sun, so you might have done something fun outside, or maybe you stayed inside and did something inside. So if you want to share what you did over the weekend, you can wave at the camera and I will call on you to share. Stephen, what did you do this weekend?
Yesterday, I played soccer.
You played soccer. Fun. Thank you for sharing. Would anybody else like to share? If you're waving at the camera, I know you're ready to share. Eileen. Hold on, Eileen. Wait till you're unmuted. There you go.
I went with a walk with my Tia and Liliana, and my baby brother, and my mom and my dad and me.
That sounds like.
And then we was on the cars, and my mom said, "Let's go walk out," and then we went out to walk.
Fun. Thank you for sharing. I also went on a walk this weekend and a bike ride. Would anybody else like to share? I don't think I see any other hands. Raise them up high in front of the camera if you want to share. Okay. Since there's no one else, oh, Diego, do you want to share? Hold on. Diego, do you want to share?
Yeah.
Go ahead. What did you do this weekend, Diego?
My mom buy me a toy of Fortnite so I can spray water.
Ooh, fun. Thank you for sharing.
Fortnite.
Oh, thank you for sharing. And Lena. Hold on, Lena, you're still not unmuted. Oh. Why am I having trouble with this? Go ahead, Lena.
I was sitting in my house the whole time. I was just watching in YouTube on my computer.
Cool. Thank you for sharing. Okay, now that we've had some friends share what we did over the weekend, we are going to say 1, 2, 3, check. and we are going to move on to our activity. Our activity today is to practice telling the time, and we are going to look at an analog clock, or a clock that has a face and hands, and we are going to think about what time the analog clock shows and match it to the digital time. So let's take a look at some clocks. You may have seen this before a long time ago. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. We're not matching analog clocks. We're matching words to the digital time. We'll take a look at our analog clocks in a second. So on one side, we see some words, and on the other side, we see digital clocks. A digital clock is a clock that has numbers, and it usually has 2 dots called a colon. That separates the hours and the minutes. We see digital clocks on computers. We see digital clocks on phones, and we are going to match the words to the digital clocks. So let's take a look at letter A. Letter A says 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Which digital clock shows 10 o'clock? Elliot?
It shows the second one.
The second one. Thank you. So 10 o'clock means that it's exactly 10. There's no minutes past 10 o'clock. You can have 10 o'clock in the morning, which is when morning meeting starts for us, and you can have 10 o'clock at night, which is pretty late and you should be asleep in bed. So let's match them. Let's look at letter B. B says 10:30. 10:30 is the same as 10:30, or it means that 30 minutes have gone past the hour. So 10:30 can be in the morning or 10:30 can be at night. We usually finish morning meeting right around 10:30. Which clock shows 10:30? Which clock shows 10:30? I'm looking for silent hands. Diego. Which clock shows 10:30? Is it the first clock?
The second one.
The second one?
The second one.
Take a look. The first one has a 1 and a 00. The second one has a 10 and 00, which we said was 10 o'clock. The third says 10, and then it has a colon and a 30.
The second one is the second one, like of the 10.
The second one with the number 10?
The clock.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
10.
Thank you, Diego. So the third one in a row, or the second one that has the 10, is 10:30. So when it has a 10 on one side, on the other side says 30, that means it's 10:30 or 10:30. Let's take a look at letter C. Letter C says 1 o'clock. Which clock shows 1 o'clock? Which clock shows 1 o'clock? Hugh?
The top one.
The top one. 1 o'clock occurs 2 times in a day. So you can have 1 o'clock a.m., which is in the morning, and 1 o'clock p.m., which is in the afternoon. 1 o'clock p.m. was when we used to start foundations in our classroom, where we would practice our letters and sounds. 1 o'clock p.m. is a little bit after lunchtime. 1 o'clock a.m. or 1 o'clock in the morning is really early. It's like the middle of the night. Most people are asleep then. So now that we've matched those, letter D says 3:30. And because that's the only clock left, we can see 3:30 has a 3 and a 30. 3:30 is the time school used to finish. So 3:30 in the afternoon was the end of the school day. 3:30 in the morning is in the middle of the night. Now that we've matched some digital clocks to the times, we are going to take a look at 3 analog clocks, and I'm going to need some help to tell the times that the analog clocks show. So let's take a look. Let's look at the first clock. We are going to think about where the minute hand is. So the minute hand is the long hand, and where the short hand or the hour hand is. Is there a friend who thinks that they can tell what the first clock shows, what time it is on the first clock? We've learned how to tell time to the hour and the half hour. Remember, if it's the hour, the long hand is pointing to the 12. If it's the half hour, the long hand is pointing to the 6. So what do you see here? Who can tell us what time this clock is showing? Elliot, help us out.
It's 4:30.
It's 4:30. Excellent work. We know that the long hand, when it points to the 6, means that it's going to be half past, or it's going to be 30 minutes past. And then when we have the minute hand in between two numbers, the hour hand, so the short hand here is between the 4 and the 5, we have to loop back to the smaller number. So that minute or hour hand is in between 4 and 5, which means it's still 4. So it is 4:30. We can say 4:30 or half past 4, like this. If you write it digitally, it's 4:30 or half past 4, or the words 4:30. Let's look at the clock in the middle. This time, the hour hand is pointing to the 12 and the minute hand is pointing to the 12 and the hour hand is pointing to the 5. What time does this clock show us? I'm looking for some other friends' hands. What time does the middle clock show? Diego?
The middle hand?
What time does the middle clock show? So the clock in the middle, what time is that on this clock?
11 o'clock.
If it was 11 o'clock, then the short hand would be on the number 11. But the short hand, the hour hand, is on the number
12
5.
o'clock.
Let's
12 o'clock.
When we look at my clock here, hold on one second. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second, okay? Okay, hold on one second. Okay, here is my clock. On my clock, if my minute hand and my hour hand are on the 12, that means it's 12 o'clock. When the minute hand goes all the way around and it goes back to the 12, now my hour hand is on the 1. So this is 1 o'clock. If I keep going and I get to the 6, this is 1:30 or half past 1. If it goes around again back to the 12, now it's 2 o'clock. So the short hand points to the number which hour it is. The long hand tells us if it's going to be o'clock or half past. If I keep going, now my minute hand is on the 6, so it's half past 2 or 2:30. If it keeps going, now my minute hand is, or my hour hand is on the 3. My minute hand is on the 12, so this tells me it's 3 o'clock. If I keep going and now it's on the 6, it moved in between the 3 and the 4, so it's half past 3 or 3:30. So the clock we're looking at right now in morning meeting has a clock that looks like this. The hour hand is pointing up here to the 12, which means it's exactly on the hour. And I'm sorry, the minute hand is pointing to the 12. And hold on one second, guys. Do not unmute the cameras when I'm talking so that you can hear what I have to say, okay? The minute hand is pointing to the 12, so that means it's going to be right on the hour, and the 5, or the hour hand is pointing to the 5. So that tells us it's going to be 5 o'clock. So let's take a look at that clock again. Diego, what time does that clock show you? Sorry, Diego, you're not unmuted.
12 o'clock.
It does not show 12 o'clock. To show 12 o'clock, all of the hands have to be on 12, like this. 12 o'clock looks like this. Both of the arrows are pointing to 12. It's really hard because we're not looking at the tall one pointing to the 12. We're looking at the shorthand pointing to the number.
It's pointing at 5.
It's pointing at 5. Excellent job. And when the hour hand is pointing at 5, that means it's 5 o'clock. So we can write 5 o'clock by writing 5 and the word o'clock, or 500. Now let's look at the last clock. This clock is a little bit different. Now the shorthand, the hour hand, is in between the 5 and the 6, and the minute hand is on the 6. So what time is this clock showing us now? Let's hear from somebody who has not raised their hand yet. If you've been watching the math videos and doing this work in your workbooks, this should be something you can raise your hand and participate with. What does this last clock show? I only see Hugh and Elliot and Diego raising their hands. You guys need to be watching those videos so you can participate and learn how to tell time. Hugh, go ahead. What time does it show?
5:30.
It shows 5:30, or 5:30. So let's look at the clock in the middle and this clock right here. This clock in the middle has the minute hand pointing to the 12. When the minute hand points to the 12, that means that the clock is going to look like this, 500. And the last clock, the long minute hand is pointing to the 6, which means it's been 30 minutes. So it's going to be 5:30. Telling time is hard when we use an analog clock or a clock that has hands and faces. It's easier to do it when we look at a digital clock, but it's important we can read all of the clocks that we might see so that we can learn how to know what time it is around us. We'll keep working on telling time over the next couple days. We have some fun videos for you to watch to practice. Now we're done with our activity, 1, 2, 3, check. And now it's time for our message. So read the message with me. Here we go. May 26th, 2020. Good morning, friends. Today is Tuesday. Today we are learning at home. Mark my words. Love, Miss Harrington. Okay, so let's take a look at some words. We're going to look at some words that you've been practicing in Cooking Words with Miss G. Some of these words have blends. Some of these words have bonus letters. All of these words are words that have a suffix S, and some of them have a vowel -E or a vowel silent E spelling pattern. So let's look at our first word, and we're going to tap it out. This is a word we practiced a lot at school, so you guys definitely should be able to read this first word. And then I'm going to need some leaders who can mark it. I'm going to unmute you so I can hear you as we tap it out. Ready? Get your fingers ready to go. Let's tap out the word on the top. Here we go. Tells. Like my mom tells me to go to sleep. Tells. How do we mark the word tells? How do we mark the word tells? Frank, how do we mark the word tells?
Put a star on double L.
Great. We have to put a star on the L because it's a bonus letter. What else do we have to do?
Mark the suffix S.
Mark the suffix S. Excellent job, Frank. Frank, thank you for raising your hand. Frank, I have one last question for you. Is this word a closed syllable?
Yes.
How do you know? Remember, to be a closed syllable, it has one vowel. So does tells have one vowel?
Yes.
And does it have a consonant after the vowel?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a closed vowel or closed syllable. Excellent job, Frank. Thanks for raising your hand and participating. So let's mark the word tells the way Frank shared. We have to circle the S because it's a suffix, and I put a Z on top because when I say tells, the suffix S is making the Z sound. We have to star the L because it's a bonus letter, and we can scoop the base word tell and put a C underneath that it's a closed syllable. Okay, let's take a look at our second word. Get ready to tap it out with me. Here we go. J-O-K, jokes. Watch me tap it out again. There's 5 letters in this word, but I'm only going to tap out 3 sounds and then add the suffix. So think about why I'm doing that. J-O-K, jokes. How do we mark the word jokes? Why didn't I make the eh sound? How do we mark the word jokes? Hyundai, I'm trying. Oh, there we go. Hyundai, thank you for raising your hand. How do we mark the word jokes? Hyundai, you're unmuted. Go ahead, kiddo.
Mark the S.
Excellent. I have to mark
Circle
the S. I'm going to circle the S. What else do I need to do with the word jokes, Hyundai?
Mark the base word.
I have to mark the base word. What's the base word?
Joke.
Joke. And what do we notice about the word joke?
It's a closed syllable.
It's a closed syllable. And what else is special about the word joke? Watch as I tap it out. Watch as I tap it out. J-O-K, joke. Did I make the E sound?
No.
No. So what does that tell us about that E? That means it's a silent E, right?
Yeah.
So if it's a silent E, then that O becomes a long O. So when we mark it, instead of just putting a C for a closed syllable, we're going to mark it like this. We're going to scoop the base word just like Hyundai said, which is the word joke. Awesome job, Hyundai. And then we're going to do a V-E because it's a long vowel silent E. We also circled the S suffix. And I forgot something. We need to put a line through the E because the E is silent. It doesn't make a sound. Okay, let's keep going. Let's look at our last word. Thank you for participating, Hyundai. Our last word has something at the beginning which we're going to have to pay attention to and mark. So let's get ready to tap it out. Here we go. Smiles. Smiles. What do I need to mark in the word smiles? Katerine, thank you for participating. Katerine, how should I mark the word smiles?
In the SM in a
Excellent.
diagram.
I have to put a line under SM because it's a blend at the beginning. Good job. Anything else I need to do?
And circle the S.
I need to circle the suffix S. Excellent job. Anything else?
And push a Z in the top.
I do need to put a Z on the top. Now, let's take a look at how we marked the word joke. Joke got a line through the E because it was silent. Katerine, do you think we need to cross out the E in the word smile?
Yes.
Yes, because it's a long vowel silent E or a V-E spelling pattern. Excellent job. So our word looks like this. We have to underline the SM because it's a beginning blend, circle the S, and just like Katerine said, put a Z on top because in the word smiles, the suffix S is making the Z sound. And we need to scoop the base word smile and say that it's a vowel dash E or a V dash E. And we also need to make sure, hold on one second. Oopsie. We have to make sure, just like in the word joke, we need to cross out the E. We also need to cross out the E in the word smile, because those two E's are silent. So we cross them out to remind ourselves that we don't make an E sound for those words. Good job. Thank you to the friends Frank and Hyundai and Catherine for participating with those words. Now we are done with our message. 1, 2, 3, check. And now it is time for us to do our calendar. On Friday, we added the number 22 to the calendar. So we have quite a few numbers to add. On Saturday was the 23rd. On Sunday was the 24th. Yesterday was the 25th. So what number will we add to the calendar today? What's going to come after the number 25? I see Katerine is raising her hand. Hyundai is raising his hand. Whose hand is this? Lena. Hold on, Lena. Let me unmute you. Go ahead, Lena. What is going to come after 25?
26.
Excellent job. So today is the 26th day of May. May is almost over, and so is first grade. But let's take a look at our days in school. Actually, let's read our date, and then we'll look at our days in school. Ready? Read it with me. Today is Tuesday, May 26th, 2020. On Friday, we were in school for 162 days. If we add 1 straw for today, how many days have we been in school? How many days have we been in school? Eileen?
163.
Excellent job. So today is the 163rd day of first grade. We've been in school 163 days. Now we are done with our calendar. 1, 2, 3, check. And before we finish morning meeting, I have 2 announcements. The first announcement is we're going to take a look at what's on the website. On the website today, we are done with our math lessons. So instead of watching a math video that's going to teach you more, you get to watch some fun math songs. So today's song is about shapes. It's about 3D shapes, and it's by Jack Hartman, who sings Count to 100. So it's a short, fun video for you to practice the names of 3D shapes. There's also a math game where you can practice the different sides that 2-dimensional or flat shapes have. It's just a fun game for you to practice. Your video today, or your read aloud today, is a book called There's a Dragon in Your Book, which is a fun story you can listen to. And then in Cooking Up Words with Miss G, you're going to continue to work on those words that have vowels with the silent E, and words that have a suffix S on the end too. So you have 4 things to do on the website, but the math video, the song is very short, the read aloud is short, and the game is just for fun. Make sure you go to the video or the website. You only have 4 more days of watching videos on the website, so do your best work there and keep up the great work. I just sent 2 Lexia certificates to friends who have moved up in their levels. So you can keep using Lexia, keep using iReady, send me pictures, do your videos, and go to the website and do your reflections. Keep working really hard for the last 4 days of school. Now I have one more announcement. On Thursday, so tomorrow is Wednesday, and the next day is Thursday. So in 2 days, Thursday's morning meeting is going to be a little bit different. Thursday is going to be a celebration and a day called Move Up Day. Last year, you guys had Move Up Day if you were at HD Cook, where you got to celebrate with your kindergarten teachers, and then you got to walk to your first grade classroom to see what it looked like and to watch a video from me. Since we're not at school, you can't go to your second grade classroom and you can't meet your second grade teacher at school, but on Thursday, we're going to have a special video from a second grade teacher so you can see who's going to be in second grade. And we're going to have a couple of awards to celebrate the friends in our class. So morning meeting on Thursday will be different. We're not going to do our activity and our share and our message. We're going to have a little bit of a celebration and then a video from the second grade teachers welcoming you to second grade. So please come to morning meeting at 10 o'clock on Thursday, and you can do this with your family. So if your family is with you, they can sit with you and watch and participate in morning meeting and celebrate when you receive an award and also get a chance to hear from your second grade teacher. So make sure you come on Thursday. I sent a little reminder to all of your families. They'll get it today. So you'll make sure they'll get the same information I'm sharing with you now, okay? So that is for Thursday, but we still have morning meeting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we have 3 more morning meetings together. So make sure you're coming and doing your hard work at home. Now, I see some friends who have hands raised. Lena, hold on one second. Let me unmute you. Go ahead, Lena.
I moved up a level.
I know. I just sent you a certificate on Lexia. Good job. Michael, did you have a question?
Yeah. It's just 3 days of my happy birthday now.
Oh, that's exciting. We'll have to sing happy birthday to you if we do it during morning meeting, okay? And Hyundai, what's your question? Hold on, wait till you're unmuted. Go ahead, Hyundai.
Did you know that I'm on level 19 now?
I do, because I can see how everyone is working on Lexia. Great work. And Elliot, did you have something to say?
Yes.
Go ahead, Elliot.
Who is our second grade teachers?
I don't know which class everybody is in, but I do know some of the second grade teachers are making a video to welcome you to second grade. So I'll show that to you on Thursday. When I know what classroom you're going to be in, I will let you know who your second grade teacher is, but I don't know that information yet, okay? So make sure you come on Thursday so you can watch a video from the second grade teachers. Okay, Lena, last friend, and then morning meeting is going to be over for today. Do you have a question, Lena?
I didn't receive it,
I sent it to you. I sent a text to your mom this morning.
but I didn't receive it.
Okay, well, maybe it's going to come, or maybe I'll text it to you again and we'll see if you can get it, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Michael?
They take care of my mom or my dad.
What did you say?
They text a message of my mom or my dad because my dad said he didn't get.
I haven't sent you a message yet. You're going to get one later today about move up day, okay? Okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow for a normal morning meeting, and then I will see you on Thursday for our special end of the year celebration and move up day with your families if they can come, okay? I'm super proud of all the hard work you guys are doing. We have 3 days left as first graders, so work really, really, really hard, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Have a good Tuesday. See you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Come on, bien.
Bye, you.